Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a science experiment to see what materials in nature can filter out water the best. For this experiment, you'll need 2 plastic bottles with the bottom cut off. Make sure your parents cut off the bottoms though, because it can be quite dangerous, and avoid the sharp edges. One will need to be labeled filter 2 and one filter 1. You'll also need some jars or cups. Make sure the mouth of the bottle fits inside the jar. This will collect the water so you can observe it. You'll need some clear water, 2 cups, and you'll also need 2 cups of colored water. Purple works best. You can color it with food coloring or with watercolor. You'll also need some topsoil. Now topsoil has this grainy texture. It has grass and leaves and sticks in it, but that's okay. You also need some sand. The rocks I have here are to put inside of the container. So you want to make sure that the rocks don't go outside the mouth of the container. But you don't want them to be too big either, otherwise they'll take up too much room. Here I have some pine cones and some sticks. These will need to see, well, which one works better. Rocks and sand, or pine cones, sticks, and whatever else. You can use anything you want. I'm also using some dirt clods, which have lots of roots in them, which I think would filter out really well. I also have a science notebook handy to record observations. Without further ado, let's get to making filters. Take your filter, place the mouth of the bottle into the jar. Do this for both. Make sure you know which one's filter 1 and filter 2. Fill both with about 3 to 4 rocks. Make sure they're way down in there. You don't want them to be loose. 3 and 4. Now, for the sand, you're going to put it in filter 1. But if you're using finer sand like me, you might want to spray it down real quick with a spray bottle to make sure it clumps better so it doesn't fall through the rocks. Just going to stir that around real quick and spray some more. Now I'm going to put it in. It's okay if some falls through. You just put it back into the container. Filter 1, done. Now for the second filter, you're going to fill it with the topsoil. If your topsoil is thin, then you may want to spray it also with the spray bottle. But my topsoil is moist already and has lots of sticks and stuff in it, so it won't fall through. Now you're ready to test your filters. To test the filters with clear water, you're going to need your science notebook to take observations. We're going to take observations on 2 things: the sediments in the water before they settle and after they settle. You're going to pour 1/4 cup of water into the top of the container, and you're going to see how many. Then you're going to record. Then you're going to do the same with the other one and record. Also record how fast it settles. Now to test it with the purple water. To test your purple water, you're going to need your science notebook again. Remember, we're observing 2 things: the water before the sound mint settles, and the water while the sound mints are still floating around. Now, I went ahead and refilled my filters with sand and topsoil because all the sand was floating down into the jar and there wasn't any sand left. The purple water acts as a pollutant, something like oil you would find in our soils today. We're testing to see if it gets clearer towards the bottom. Remember, we're pouring a fourth of a cup through the filter. Waiting to see. Now, it might not get that much clearer right now, but once you add other things like clods of dirt, pine cones, and sticks, you might see differently, but that's up to you. Today, you experimented with different materials in and around your house to see which one filtered the water the best. Which one filtered the best for you? Which one made the water the clearest? Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye, little scientists. Stay curious.